and worldwide at thezone1059.com.
I'm here. Hello? Is this thing on? Welcome in. And I don't foresee any circumstances that might knock us off the air today here on this Tuesday. Other than, I'm a little under the weather. We've had something kind of go through the family. But, it's not that bad. And, I'm on some medicine. So in one way, you never know. In another way, could be a lot of fun. We shall see. Get on in here. Missed everybody yesterday in hour 2. And like I say, I had a little bit of a connection outage over here. That's on my end. That's my bad. Our fault, I guess. It happened on this end. Sometimes those things happen. And but since then, no issues. And so, I hated we didn't get to finish all of our conversation yesterday, although it seems like a long time ago. I don't remember what we're talking about, so you'll have to remind me. So get on in here today. Lots of ways for you to be a part of the show. Comment on the live stream, the YouTube live stream out there and YouTube land, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter. Nobody can stop saying Twitter. Everybody still says it. I don't know what you could compare this to, like if there's anything else we've done this with, but it's still Twitter. It's just officially it's X. So you can comment there also. So if you're on the live stream, hey to you, type in a comment, post it. It pops up on the screen right here. I can see it, and then I'll click it, and then everybody else can see it. See, like Matthew right off the bat on YouTube, he said, Hail State, Matt. See what I mean? Click it. You see it. And that's one way to get in here. Hail State to you, Matt. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you can. I'm alive. Real Unnamed said he's alive. I'm sure you wondered yesterday what happened. Well, sorry. It's really, y'all didn't really miss me. I really missed y'all. Some of the best, and in some cases most, interaction I get with other sports fans at any day, in any day of my life is with you on this show. I really enjoy it. I get a great big kick out of it. Whether you do, I don't know. But anyway, I missed it. I missed y'all yesterday in hour 2, and I am alive and glad to be back. So be like Real Unnamed Texter and text the show on the Country Pleasin' text line. Country Pleasin' sausage on grocery store shelves all throughout the Southeast. It's the best. Made at Country Meat Packers on Highway 49 in Florence, Mississippi. By the way, you got Christmas coming up. You may have that loved one who likes to eat, or maybe likes to cook, or likes to grill. What I would say is you need to go down there. If you've never been, okay, listen. Get on Highway 49. Go to Florence on Highway 49. And just on the south side of town there, you'll see this big operation over there on the east side of the road and a great big red hog up on a pedestal out in front of it, like the one on the logo right here in the studio. Go in there. If you haven't been in there, you ain't going to believe it. If you've never been there, you're just not going to believe it. You will forevermore be glad you went, because it's not just, 100 different flavors of sausage or whatever it is. It's a lot of other cool things too. The text number, I got distracted. My bad. 885-3776. 601 number, 885-3776. And you can call the show on the Junction phone line. Junction delis all across the state of Mississippi, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Number to call is 897-1059. That's the number, 897-1059. So get on in here. I'm here. That's kind of important. Beaver's here. That's really important. And you're here. That's mostly important. If you're not here, there's no point in the rest of us being here. So glad you're here. Hey, here's some headlines for today.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world.
Good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News.
Here's what's making news.
Headlines on the show brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank right here in Mississippi. Find them online at mortgagemanms.com. Holler at Went, the mortgage man. Went! Love you. MortgageManMS.com. Headline number 1, 4 current LSU offensive assistants are joining offensive coordinator Charlie Weis Jr. at Ole Miss to help prepare the Rebels for their college football playoff appearance. That's according to sources last night. Those 4 coaches coming back to coach the Rebs along with Weis are tight ends coach Joe Cox, receivers coach George McDonald, assistant QB coach Dane Stevens, and slot receiver coach Sawyer Jordan. And they're going to tee it up against Tulane on December 20th, and you and I already know the result. Just the way it is. Notre Dame and their athletic director are ripping the ACC, and they're saying permanent damage has been done. You know, I do think, however, I think it's a step in the right direction that we are just using the phrase permanent damage as opposed to what we used to do in years past in this sports world. Everybody trying to sound smart, and they'd use lawyer speak, and they would say irreparable damage, which meant irreparable, right? Irreparable. They did irreparable damage. It's legal terms. Yeah, it's permanent. That's what we're talking about. You can't be repaired. It's permanent. Permanent damage. I like it better. Way to go. At least we're being practical about our nonsense now. Notre Dame AD, Pete, is it, how do you say that? Bevacqua? How do you say it? I don't have the slightest idea how to say it. I'm trying. One of those 3 might be close. Anyway, Pete unloaded on the ACC in the wake of Sunday's college football playoff snub. And he says the conference, that's the ACC, that houses almost every Fighting Irish sports team, has caused permanent damage to the relationship. He went on the Dan Patrick Show and said that. Quote, "We were mystified by the actions of the conference to attack their biggest, really, partner in football and a member of their conference in 24 other sports." Pete said, "They have certainly done permanent damage to the relationship between the conference and Notre Dame." Well, one thing I would say is you didn't really have a full-on relationship anyway. You know what I mean? This is kind of like a couple that they pretending like they're married, and they're living together at times, but they're not really married. That's kind of what we had between Notre Dame and the ACC. So, Color, nobody's surprised that they're mad at each other and they're fighting. And now this from the NFL, I love this. I think I do. I mean, I know it's interesting. Listen to this. In the wake of the injury to Daniel Jones, the Indianapolis Colts are working out retired quarterback Phillip Rivers. That's right. He is a granddaddy. Y'all realize that? Now, Rivers has a lot of children. He and his wife, I think it's maybe double-digit children, I think. And I think he's a granddad already. Anywho, he's coming out of retirement to work out for the Colts.
Update, he's been signed.
Did they sign him, Beaver?
He is officially on the practice squad.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, what's your interest in this story?
7.
I'm a good maybe 9.
Yeah.
I think it's probably because he's close to my age. I don't know how old or young Phillip Rivers is, but, man, it is fantastic. Now, Beav.
He's 44.
Is he really? Okay, and Tom Brady played until what age?
I think Brady was 45.
Okay. All right, so he's almost there. I mean, really, think of, though, to have kept yourself in that kind of shape since retiring in 2020 at 40 years old or whatever it were. That's pretty cool. Thanks, B, for the update. It is official. The Colts have signed him. And those are your headlines. Brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank. Let's see. On Facebook, Jared, I think he's talking about Are you talking about yesterday, right as I went off the air? He said, it's never good when the host does the turn and cough. Look, maybe I did it yesterday, and I've done that today too. You'll just have to excuse me. But, yeah, we've kind of had a little something kind of go through the family. And Annabeth got it first, and she kind of got the worst of it. And Mary Liddy dealt with it a few days, and it wasn't quite as bad. And now I've got it. And it's no fun. And a lot of coughing and hacking and all that kind of stuff. See what I mean? But thank goodness, we have this little button over here, this cough button. I can turn my mic off at any time if I do it right. Yeah, and that's what that is. Let's see. Grumpy texted the show on the Country Pleasing text line. He said, Matt, Grumpy has a couple of suggestions. Get you a backup hamster or call Taylor Sudden Service in Louisville, Mississippi for a generator. They're a great Mississippi company to do business with. They invest in Mississippi. Hale State, by the way, he says, after you went off the air yesterday, Grumpy and the missus went to Taste and had a terrific lunch. Oh, you went to Taste? They do have great food. Don't take my word for it. Let Beaver tell you all about it. They do have great food. It's good food. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Look at the grill. Airborne Dog sent us a picture. Good heavens. Pork belly burnt ends with smoked cream cheese going down. Wait a minute. Is that what's in those tin pans in the middle of your grill in between the two big full-size racks of burnt ends? That is cream cheese? What is that all over it? Kind of seasoning. What is that? Beef? You ever had smoked cream cheese? What do? Dip something in it? Dip a cracker in there? Golly, that looks good. Beaver, did you ever get a new grill? We got to get Beaver one. Thought he was getting one. Yeah, I'm alive. Real unnamed said he's alive. Land Rebel texted the show. He says, got any opinions on the benevolent Lane Kiffin showing Ole Miss? Allowing Ole Miss to use their assistants, even though they're still under contract at Ole Miss. I like the way you worded that. The benevolent Lane Kiffin. Land Rebel, I don't even know who it was on this show. I should have jotted it down so we give credit because they really ought to do this. They said, the hat that had the H word on it, they said instead of that, they ought to give him one, and all it says on the front of it is two letters, M-E. Said Lane Kiffin ought to walk around in a hat with M-E on it. You just don't even call him Coach Kiffin, just call him Coach Me. I think I'm going to start, that's the only way I'm going to refer to him now on as Coach Lane Me. Me Kiffin, Coach Me. Me. I need to get the sound clip, too, of the great Brian Regan, one of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time. Certainly one of my favorites. And he's got the routine about the me monster. Look that one up if you hadn't seen it already. Yeah, I mean, what I will tell you is, yes, it's a big deal. Any continuity with what's going on that you can salvage if you're Ole Miss is good for them, right? I mean, that's good. And it's a little interesting to me. It's a little interesting, I mean, part of me understands it. I mean, you have a game to play, and if you're Ole Miss, you're like, look, we got to have some coaches, But on the other hand, Land Rebel, don't you think it's kind of odd to go, hey, Lane Kiffin, the head coach, no way under the sun we would allow you to take a job at LSU, yet stay around here and coach. But Lane Kiffin assistants, you may take a job at LSU and stay around and coach, and it's totally cool. And you see, like, if you're going to let all them go to LSU but come back and coach, why don't you let him go to LSU and come back and coach? I don't know. It's just a thought. All right, who do we have? All right. over to the Junction phone. Junction Delis all across the state of Mississippi, fueled by Prince Oil Company. You pull up to the pump, fuel in your gas tank. Go inside, fuel in your belly from the Junction Deli. On line 1, it is Terrence. Thanks for calling, Terrence. What's up?
Hey, man, how you doing this afternoon?
Hanging in there. How about you?
Man, I'm doing good. I hope you and your family had a happy and safe Thanksgiving, and hope
We did.
all was well. Huh?
Thank you. Yeah, we did. We had a good one.
No, that's good. A few observations from the Thanksgiving weekend and weekends after that. Congratulations to Mississippi State for making a bowl game, and I think y'all have a quarterback that is going to put a scare into defenses on next season with 𝐌𝐤𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. And I'm saying this as an Ole Miss fan and an Ole Miss alum. He gave me some scary thoughts on the Egg Bowl, but I think y'all have a diamond in the rough that is that's really just on the tip of showing what he can do with a full offseason under Jeff Levy's offense. So I think y'all got a star in the making with 𝐌𝐤𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 quarterback.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think, talent-wise and everything, kind of where he is at this point in his life, at this age, it's hard to see a ceiling for him. Like, he can be as good. I mean, he just has as much or more tools than any freshman I think I've seen come in there. He's a special talent.
He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good for y'all. Like I said, getting a chance to actually go to a bowl game with the extra practices that come with that, I think it's going to be a good thing for his improvement for the upcoming 2026 season.
Yeah.
I hadn't said a lot about this. My thoughts on Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for LSU. While as an alum and as a fan, I'm not necessarily thrilled with it, but I also understand the changing landscape in college football. And I think college football is slowly trying to morph into being more like it is with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things that the NFL does when it comes to coaching searches is that they do not allow other teams to do coaching searches if those coaches are in the playoffs. And same thing with the assistant coaches. They don't allow the assistant coaches to be interviewed for jobs if they're in the postseason as well. And I think that's one of the things that the NCAA needs to at least incorporate is not to have other teams, those teams that are in playoffs, not to have other teams basically poach another team's coaching staff if those teams are in the playoffs. Like I said, while I don't agree necessarily like the way Kiffin did this, I also understand him leaving, and I don't blame him. Any other profession, we always try to, I guess, better yourselves, even though Ole Miss was going to match the money that LSU was going to get. But I also understand. But keep in mind, Kiffin also has to understand, going 9-3 at Ole Miss is totally different than going 9-3 at LSU. He goes 9-3 at LSU and don't make the playoffs. Those fans are going to come out with pitchforks.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's true.
He needs to be very, very careful. The grass is not always greener on the other side. So he needs to be very leery of that because LSU fans will turn on you very quick. If you don't believe me, ask Brian Kelly.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
So one more thing, Matt, and then I'm going to get off the phone here. I don't know if you've ever survived a Thanksgiving around a whole bunch of Dallas Cowboy fans. And I was telling Beaver, all of my in-laws came home for Thanksgiving, and they're all from Dallas, and they're all Dallas Cowboy fans. And so when the Cowboys played the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day, I was so I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. And after they beat the Chiefs, one of my brother-in-laws said, "Oh man, we still gonna make the Super Bowl." And I was like, "Man, you got a snowball's chance in Hades if you think this team is gonna make the Super Bowl." So I told my brother-in-law, I said, "Man, listen," I said, "I have heard this from y'all since I've been married in the family." I said, I've been in the family for 27 years. And I've heard the same thing for 27 years. We gonna make the Super Bowl. We gonna do this. To all you Cowboy fans, And even the media that covers the Cowboys and the ones on the four-letter network, the Cowboys are not making the playoffs. Stop propping them up. They're not.
Okay.
And I think this as a strong 49ers fan. I told Beaver, they're not talking about my 49ers. And you know what? That is fine.
Yeah.
We'll do like we always do. We'll win games, and we'll be like a cobra. We will strike when you least expect it. For all you Cowboy fans that you think y'all going to make the playoffs, you will be sitting at home watching the playoffs with the rest of us. So, you had a cut, Matt, not too long ago, with a song talking about We Them Boys.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
God, please don't play that no more. Please.
Okay. Beaver hated it too.
Friends was a Cowboy fan too. No, negative.
All right, no more of that. Okay, got it.
No. And I'm not necessarily a Cowboy hater, but out of all the teams in the NFL to cover for a team that has not done anything in the last 30 years, they have not been to an NFC Championship game since I was a junior in high school, and you want to talk to me about a Super Bowl?
Yeah, right.
My team has been to 7 NFC Championship games, 3 Super Bowls since the last time the Dallas Cowboys even sniffed an NFC Championship game. You can miss me with that. No.
Thanks, Terrence. Appreciate the call.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Terrence has heard enough of Cowboys fans talking about Super Bowls. Enough, he said. Y'all can miss me with that. Just getting started with you in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple, bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Y'all like coffee?
I know you do.
Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Ogeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. What we got there? What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roasted right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more. Ah, tried and true. Magnolia blend.
And we're live at the Zone 1059.com.
All right, Terrence, if you're still listening, for the Cowboys to make the playoffs, they need to win out, and they need the Eagles to lose 2 games. Because winning the division, I think, is the only way the Cowboys can get in. The Cowboys have 4 games left. They host the Vikings this week. Then in 2 weeks, they host the Chargers. On Christmas, they are at Washington. And then the final game after that is at the Giants in New York. So home against the Vikings and Chargers, and then road games against the Commanders and the Giants. The Cowboys would need to win all 4 of those, and then would need the Eagles to lose 2 of these games. Eagles at home against the Raiders, on the road against Washington, on the road at Buffalo, and finishing the year at home against Washington. So 2 of the 4 games left against the Eagles are against Washington. So probably you're hoping for Washington to win one of those 2 games and the Bills to beat them in Buffalo. And if that can happen, but the Cowboys would still have to win out. There. So in other words, likelihood that happens, not great. Not great. Jared on Facebook is calling this the match of 2-lane versus no lane. JS290 said, grass is only greener until the light changes. And then he also said there is a curse on the 49ers from the Super Bowl a few years back. It says Kyle Shanahan will not win a Super Bowl. That's according to JS290. Now, I can't see, is it Pesky14 on YouTube says the Camario Taylor takeover show is what's coming up. That's what he says. Craig on YouTube said Wake Forest had big wins over SMU and Virginia in football this year. Wake Forest ranks number 24 nationally in punt returns, ranks 26th in total defense. Going to be a challenge for state. Oh, of course they are. Everybody's a challenge for state right now. And Eli Dog, or is it L? Or is that a J? LJ Dog says, "Go Cowboys! I'm a Cowboys fan because of Dak." Hail State 2 from Dallas, Texas today. Oh, sorry, I know you. Got it. This is Elizabeth. Got it. I didn't look. I needed that because I didn't look at the picture. My eyes aren't great. I was just looking at the name. I got you now. I know you. Say hey to Forrest for me. And Steve commented on Facebook. He says, does Levy give Shapen a lot of playing time and save KT for limited play, essentially saving him for next year? No, I don't think so. I mean, you can't play so as to be afraid of getting hurt. That's not the way you go about it. So, this is too big of an opportunity to get another start, another ball game under his belt. And that way, assuming he's the guy next year, which he should be, instead of going into that year with one college start under your belt, you can go into it with two. So I think it'd be really important. And the other thing is too, there may be things to work on that. I really do think, you're trying to win the game, but it's also an opportunity to get game reps, really valuable game reps, doing some stuff that you might not always get a chance to do. And like if you just straight go play the game, try to win the game, sure. And, maybe he runs the ball a lot, but there's some passing situations you'd love for him to have game experience in. Let him throw it around a little bit. That's just my opinion. All right. Anthony texted the show. He says, I'm glad we're getting one more game. I watched your film study of the Egg Bowl, and I think our future is bright. We should at least be able to beat the first-year coaches. Hail State. Well, I don't look at it necessarily that way if it's just an automatic because somebody's got a first-year coach. Anthony, maybe it does help. The biggest thing you have to do is you got to put a better group of players on the field than the other teams you're playing. Collectively. And certain individuals can swing that one way or the other, and make up for areas where the other team's got better players. But overall, you better have better players. That's really what it boils down to. Mike texted the show, said, maybe I'm an SEC homer, but I feel like Vanderbilt has had a better resume than Notre Dame and are much more deserving of a playoff spot. What are your thoughts? All right. Yeah, we looked at Notre Dame, and Sven is the one that brought it up yesterday that, you had a really weak schedule this year for Notre Dame overall. Just, by virtue of being in the ACC and some of the other stuff. They did play USC, but they didn't have a great schedule. And then you look at Vanderbilt, 10-2 versus their schedule. We took a look at it also. Their only losses on the road in Tuscaloosa, on the road in Austin, Texas, And the one in Texas was a 3-point loss on the road. Got whipped pretty good in Tuscaloosa. Outside of that, wins over Auburn, Kentucky, one on the road at Tennessee, which is a good one. Their best win was beating Missouri at home. Of course, you could argue the LSU win too, but I think Missouri was a better team than LSU. And that was a close game. Really, they win both those games by a touchdown, 7 points in each one. But to beat Missouri was a heck of a deal. Hold them to 10 points. Somewhere around in there was when Missouri's quarterback got hurt, though, wasn't it? I think so. But, yeah, I could absolutely make the case that Vandy's more deserving. The magnanimous Lane Kiffin let his assistants go and coach. Jason in Flagstaff says, aw. He said, isn't Lane Kiffin a sweetheart? Dragged Ole Miss along for too long for them to hire a legit coaching staff. So he's going to loan them a few assistants. Airborne, yeah, okay, this is cream cheese with butter pecan rub smoked and then covered in that Captain Rodney's. And that's going to be this smoked cream cheese. Good heavens, that sounds good. And it's been a while since I had the Captain Rodney stuff. I got to get a hold of some of that. Regarding the assistants, I brought up the idea, if you could look at it from one angle and go, well, if you're going to let all these assistants who have left and taken jobs at LSU, and we're going to let them come back and coach in the playoff, you could have done that with Lane too. I mean, what's the difference ultimately? But what Land Rebel said, he said, I was on board with Charlie. That'd be Charlie Weiss Jr. He says, but I don't agree with all the assistants. The players didn't want Lane. If he would have said that, if they would have said that they wanted him, he would be coaching. This is according to Land Rebel. Then he says, they just need to move the season up a week, get rid of the early signing day. That'd fix everything. Move it up. Okay, so move the season up a week. So every year you start the last week of August. actually. So the last Saturday in August. And on certain years, it would be the next to last Saturday in August. You'd actually have 2 August games. Yeah. That actually would work. They could do that. Let's see. All right. Unnamed texter said, Coach Me, for those who don't know, that's Kiffin, but it applies. Coach Me sending those coaches up there to help Ole Miss win so that LSU will pay the bonus that he would have gotten if he had stayed. Okay, that's a good point. I didn't think about that, but yeah. Didn't they say at the end of, or maybe over the weekend, that the story was that LSU was going to pay Lane Kiffin the bonuses that were in his contract at Ole Miss in case his team goes on and wins, even if they go win without him? You talk about odd. That's crazy. Will H. on the country pleasing text line says, yeah, but unfortunately, Camario Taylor won't be in Starkville next year. He put too much good ball on tape. I also think that will be an issue moving forward, which is teams not playing players to keep them off film and have to control poaching the best that they can. That's from Will. I tell you, you talk about some mad and sad Bulldogs. If they mess around and Camario Taylor goes somewhere else, they're going to be mad and sad. Unnamed texter says, you have an opinion on Arnett. Well, yeah, I think Arnett's a good defensive coach, and he's got some experience, and they were really hard-nosed and tackled well and were pretty aggressive and did good things, Now, when he was at State before, he had a couple of high draft pick cornerbacks in Emerson and Forbes. He had, maybe the best linebacker duo you've ever had in Bookie Watson, Jet Johnson, and some of those things. And so it really comes down to players. But he's a good defensive coach. Glad to see him get a second chance. Fine. Got to go make it happen. That's what I think about it. All right, rolling along with you. As you know, lots of text to get to, comments on the live stream. Take your phone calls. Also coming up, I'm Matt in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team. Back after this.
This Christmas,
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Junction Delis, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen to the radio show, I've been to the Junction in several different places around the state. I've bought gas just like you at a lot of places that are fueled by Prince Oil Company, and they are really wonderful people. By the way, that brand spanking new Junction Deli, Chevron, right across the highway from Germantown High School. It's in Canton, but we say Gluckstadt. Do you realize they and other Junction Delis, they serve country pleasing sausage over there on the buffet? They don't get much better than that. The Junction and Prince Oil Company. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwhyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwhyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agents
on the Zone 105.9 and worldwide at the Zone 105.9.com.
All right, back with you. Let's get to some more of your feedback, see what you got going on today. Grayson is in on Facebook, gave us a hello. Well, back at you. Hey to you, Grayson. Glad you're here. Will says, missed the show yesterday, Matt. Hope we have a good showing in the Mayo Bowl. I think we played well the last time we went to Charlotte after the 2015 season when Dak was the MVP of the Belk Bowl. Yeah, and I tell you, it was 2 NFL quarterbacks in that game. That was State versus NC State. And what used to be the Belk Bowl, now it's the Mayonnaise Bowl there in Charlotte. But it was Dak and Jacoby Brissett on the other side. 2 really good ones. State had a better team. Dak really played well that day. It was sloppy, kind of muddy. I remember coming out of the hotel the day of the game, get on the bus, to go on over with the team. And it was there on the streets of Charlotte, now, on the sidewalk, like going out of the hotel, going down to the bus, the block down to the bus. It was not just raining. It was ever more coming a flood. Everybody on the bus on the way there soaked from head to toe because you had run in the rain, And so it did some raining during the game, but during the pregame, it continued to rain like that. So the field was all soggy and everything. You look back on it, everybody was muddy. But there were a couple of times that year in 2015 that I remember, including that game, how impressed I was with Dak and everybody's ability to throw and catch for State in the rain. They had a game that year at Missouri that was the same way. He's just playing in awful conditions, and it didn't seem to matter. He could throw it all over the field. It didn't matter. He was just that kind of guy, Mr. Harmon says, I still can't believe that Bump was released. Talking about Chad Bumpus. Yeah, a little bit of a head scratcher. I'm sure everybody has their reasoning. I don't understand it. I don't know any details. And you thought, well, maybe, the only explanation would be if something happened, right? But I don't know anything. I don't know. But didn't I see that Bumpus has already landed on his feet, gotten a job with Dan Mullen out there at UNLV? I think I saw that. Humphreys County Dog says, Camario getting the game reps in the bowl game that he should have gotten at the midway point of the season. Jake from Yazoo texted and said, Jalen Hurts last night with the interception, fumble recovery, subsequent fumble in the same play. Reminds me of Brett Favre's first NFL completion to himself for negative yards. Nowhere to go but up from there, right? I saw a note. Who knows if it was a joke or not? I don't know. But I saw this thing out there that said that Jalen Hurts, the only quarterback in NFL history to turn the ball over twice on the same play. And the reason that it could be a joke is like, how do they keep up with that? How would anybody know that? But I don't know. Jason in Flagstaff, Arizona says, I want to see KT running an offense built for KT instead of seeing KT run for his life, trying to run Chapin's offense. That's what he wants to see in a bowl game. J-Rock says, the playoffs aren't over for 5 or 6 weeks. He says, I think you got a typo in there, J-Rock. Something about moving the schedule up 1 week to solve that. Change the deadline to win. See, hey, J-Rock, go back and read over that. Something happened there in the transmission of that from you to me that either took out punctuation or something. I can't make heads or tails of what you're trying to say there. I can't help but notice, though, the picture from a previous text from you, J-Rock. It's a headstone, like in the cemetery, that says College Football Bowl System, 1902 to 2025. A total of 10 teams have opted out of bowl games. Notre Dame, Kansas State, Kansas, Iowa State, Florida State, Auburn, UCF, Baylor, Rutgers, and Temple. How many of those are having coaching changes? Kansas State is, Iowa State is, Auburn. I guess that's it of that list. Regarding assistants coming over and, get one job, stick around and keep coaching. Unnamed texter says, Florida allowed Mullen to start at State and still coach in the title game. Urban Meyer did belittle Megan Mullen at Florida's Christmas party involving coaches' bonus for winning SEC and making title game, even though he had his, quote, blessing to start at MSU. What is that? And where is that from? I hadn't heard that, and you posted it or you sent it so matter-of-factly like you know that or got it from somewhere. I'm really curious. What exactly are you talking about? Meyer did belittle Megan Mullen at Florida's Christmas party involving coaches. Bonus for winning SEC and making the title game, even though he had his blessing to start at MSU. What is that and where is that from? That's interesting. Never heard that before. Sounds like something from a documentary. Okay, Jason. Feel free to respond if you want to. So Jason said earlier, he said, I want to see KT running an offense built for KT instead of seeing KT run for his life trying to run Chapin's offense. And Blitz says, Jason from Flagstaff wants Levy to change the whole playbook in 3 weeks and install it. Well, I mean, I guess I'm answering for Jason here, Blitz, but I don't think that's what he was saying. I mean, even you could watch, sort of the package that they were running throughout the game in the Egg Bowl and see that it was very much different than what they did for the most part with Chapin throughout the year. But what I was saying, from my perspective is, I mean, think about it. This is a tough deal because, any game you play, you really have one priority, and that's to win the game. And I understand that. Even as a 5-win team and you're gifted an extra game, that call it a bowl game, whatever. But let's say, hypothetically, that you sat down and you scouted, Wake Forest defense, and you say to yourself, okay, the best way to move the ball and score points and win this game is for Kamario Taylor to carry the ball about 20 times. We're talking about quarterback power, QB counter, GT, quarterback draw, zone read, RPOs, where he's got a chance to keep, he's going to carry the ball a lot. And that's the best way to move the ball and have it and score points against this defense. But what may be best for KT and for this offense and for this program going into next year is to do some other things with him. Give him a chance to have some other game reps doing a few other things. Some of the throw game stuff that you really want to work on and have on film and learn between now and next year. And now you've got what is essentially a gift of a 11-on-11 scrimmage against another live football team. You know what I mean? It's so valuable from a practice and an evaluation standpoint that you might do some of that. I know that it almost sounds counterintuitive to winning the game if you go, wait a minute, Matt, you're saying you could see a scenario where you run him 20 times, you win. He comes out of it bruised and beat up, okay, with lots of rushing stats like he had in the Egg Bowl. Greater chance to get hurt, but that's the best way to win the game. But you're saying don't do that? Yeah, I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying, to me, maybe honestly, maybe just as valuable as doing some of that to get an extra first down or two, just running the ball with him, is live game reps against an opponent, working on some of the reads and the throw game stuff that you really want him to work on. Coaches are going to be familiar with that anyway. I don't know. It's just something to consider. Jason in Flagstaff says, that guy is completely incapable of nuance, huh? Yep, it can be that way. It's not just him, Jason. Sometimes it can be that way. Blitz says, exactly, Matt. What Flagstaff is saying is that he wants to see the offense we ran in the Egg Bowl, which he's already seen. I seriously doubt they're going to drop a bunch of brand new plays. Yeah, that's not it. That's it. Not going to do it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can, put in a game plan for obvious reasons in that. And it's a weird thing to even talk about, because you would never do this with a regular season game or a conference game or something like that. But it is weird. And, if you're Levy and the program, you'd love to win this game and have that positive momentum going into the offseason and everything, right? So what I'm talking about may even be a moot point. But still, if it were me, if I was like the QB coach, I'd think, oh, man, there's going to be some stuff in here that we're going to get work against a live opponent under the lights in an actual ball game that without this opportunity, we'd be doing it in a scrimmage against our defense and hoping that pays off next fall. You see what I mean? Valuable experience. Hour 2 coming up after this in the Bureau. We're staying connected to you today because of C Spire. The #1 network in Mississippi is C Spire. Customer inspired. Check them out at cspire.com. Back after this.
This Christmas.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, Oh, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links, bun size. Look at that right there. Whee! Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwhyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwhyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
When you dial pound 250 and say keyword.
I'm Eddie Holcomb with Washington County Farm Bureau Insurance.
I'm Scott Rainwater with Farm Bureau Insurance here in Washington County.
I'm Blake Policini with Washington County Farm Bureau.
I'm Brian Street with Farm Bureau Insurance in Washington County, and we are your home team.
I think you know what time it is. It's time to eat. Country pleasing, jalapeno and cheddar, green onion. And no, it's not a grill, see that? But the fire is just about burnt down enough where it's time to put some of this on there. And the only decision when it comes to country pleasing sausage is which flavor, jalapeno and cheddar or maybe green onion. Both.
Break me off a piece of that.
Look at that. What that is. That's real green onion. Like that monkey who set his tail on a railroad track. It won't be long now. Country Pleasing sausage, these flavors, and many, many others. Get them online at countrypleasing.com, at a grocery store near you, pretty much anywhere in the South.
1059.com.
All right, here we go. Back with you on this Tuesday. In the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio, Farm Bureau, go! With the home team. They are your home team at Farm Bureau Insurance all across the great state of Mississippi. Will commented on YouTube. He said, get me some Captain Rodney's dip tonight, Matt. Sunday school Christmas party. Yeah, look. You have a church Christmas party, Sunday school class, anything like that? Work. That Captain Rodney's over that cream cheese with some crackers next to it, some wheat thins. You know what? Speaking of, that brings a question to mind that is the kind of question that, I have a hard time answering it myself, and I like to lean on the expertise of Beaver for this kind of thing. Yeah, it's a food question. No, it's not this isn't something that I premeditated on the question. Hey, B.
Hey, Matt White.
Where are you on wheat thins crackers?
I like them.
Okay.
It's not something I buy regularly. Not even. It's been a long, long time since I've had them, but it's just because I never think about them.
Okay.
But if there are wheat thins present, I'll have some.
Well, and I immediately thought of it because, I've been to multiple gatherings where there's some of that Captain Rodney's and that cream cheese stuff, and there's inevitably like the wheat thins crackers to dip in it. You know what I'm saying?
What is this Captain Rodney's you speak of?
Okay, help me out here, Will. It comes in a bottle, and it's a thing, like it's got the stuff in there that you add it to, I think, cream cheese, and like you and then it becomes a dip. That's a terrible, you might want to Google it, Beaver. But that's what it is, yeah. It's like a sweet, savory. I think some people add bacon to it and stuff. Might check that out. But on the cracker list, Beaver, you got things like Ritz crackers. You've got Club crackers, the Nabisco, right? Come in a green box. You've got, of course, saltines. You've got wheat thins. Now, what are these other party favor crackers that come out, it seems like, every year about this time, that are like these big old wafer crackers with all kinds of grains and stuff in it? What are those called? What is it?
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
What are they called, man? And then you've got those triangular crackers, Beaver, that are like shredded wheat type things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, those. Triscuits. Triscuit crackers.
Yeah.
Maybe if you would have told me, I could have had some delicious Triscuit crackers.
What is that from?
Well, it doesn't put the Triscuit crackers in my mouth now, does it, Carl?
What is that from? Carl
Billy
what?
Madison.
Oh, Billy.
No, Triscuits are, no, you can get, as to quote Terrence from Hour One, you can miss me with that.
You missed me with that. That was great. All right. On the list also, Beaver, I think, my humble opinion, a very, very underrated form of cracker. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
The oyster cracker. I don't know why they call it oyster crackers. I don't even know why it's got that name. You know what I'm saying, though? It's shaped like a stop sign.
Oh, yeah, I know what you speak of. They're good.
Mm-hmm. You can eat 100 of them at once if you're not careful. Now, let me take this one step further, Mr. Beaver. There is a local grocery store here, and I'm sure there's other places that do this. They make their own batch of these bigger sized oyster crackers that are baked with this seasoned ranch type of thing. And they package them, and it's like oyster crackers with this really good kind of ranch seasoning all over them. Familiar?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, trust me when I tell you, there are many things that you could give to Half Pint, my daughter Mary Liddy, like as a Christmas gift that she would appreciate. None, though, that she'd like more than a box of those things. She loves them. It's similar, and I think I've told you about this before, Beaver. You got to go at some point. And if not, tell me. I'll pick you up and take you over there. We'll go. But there is a restaurant on the top of that high-rise building. Yeah, they've got one in downtown Vicksburg. I think it's called 10 South. You have a great view of the Mississippi River from up there, like you're on the very top of the building. I believe it's called 10 South. They have, Beeve, complimentary little bowls of pretzels that are also prepared and baked in that ranch seasoning type stuff. At every table.
Right there. You don't need to tell me about these things. They give you, isn't it? They give you honey mustard to dip it in.
You can have that. Yes, you can have that. But like the pretzels are there. They're complimentary. They're on the table when you go sit down and get seated, just to kind of hold your appetite while you order your food and wait on it. And it's got that ranch seasoning all over those. It's like baked pretzels already. That's worth the trip right there. So you've had something like that before.
Yeah, I've been to that place you speak of. I've been there a few times.
Okay.
And it's how do you make pretzels so good? They're just pretzels, but I'm with you. They're really good.
They are really good. Okay, so what I'm telling you is this oyster cracker thing is that, but with oyster crackers. You got me? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I guess this is why I brought this up to you, Beaver. Is it me, or does all do all these goodies that involve the Triscuit, the Wheat Thin, the Ritz, the Club, all these goodies that I associate with all these crackers come out this time of year? It's something about Thanksgiving and Christmas parties and get-togethers. This is where I see all these crackers. All this is this time of year.
That's a good point, Matt Wyatt. It's like cranberry sauce.
It is.
80% of the No, I think it was higher. I think it was like 84, 85%. They've done studies. It was 85% of cranberry sauce purchased during the year is purchased between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I mean, think about that. Nobody is buying, preparing, or serving cranberry sauce in March or June or August. Simply no one. It's all a Thanksgiving thing. It's true. And this other stuff. All right, get you some of that Captain Rodney. Let's see. Real C said Captain Rodney's sweet tea glaze is a barbecue cheat code. All right, file that away. Okay, because this man knows what he's talking about. Beeve, did you Google the Captain Rodney's and get an eyeball on it?
I did.
Yeah, what do you think?
It looks good.
Okay.
It does look good.
Did you see the picture earlier from Airborne Dog of the grill stacked in there with the pork belly burnt ends and the smoked cream cheese in the middle? Look on the text line.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, look at that, bud. Did you ever get a new grill, B?
I did.
You ever cooked any, you ever smoked any cream cheese in it?
No, I don't trust myself with new things. All I've made on it so far is steaks.
Yeah.
I can get those right.
Look here, buddy.
You know, I'm not comfortable enough in my grilling skills to venture out
buddy. Okay, cream cheese with butter pecan rub, smoked, and then covered in Captain Rodney's with Captain Rodney. And so, Beaver, take this picture, save it on your phone from Airborne Dog. I don't expect you to have 10 pounds of pork belly burnt ends on your grill like he does. But get you a little tinfoil container there, a block of cream cheese in it with some rub, pecan rub, smoked, put some Captain Rodney's on it, get you some wheat thins, and thank me later. He also said that his family dips the burnt ends in the smoked cream cheese and they will fight over it. I bet. Good heavens, bring that on. Phew, bring that on. Somebody texted in and said sweet chili sauce used to glaze iconic cheese bake, and then with some wheat thins in there. Beaver, you a dip guy? You like to dip things in things? You a dip guy? I know I am. I mean, for whatever that means. I sure do like it. My mom makes something like that too. And it's like, y'all hear me out. Some of y'all are going to be nodding, kind of knowing what I'm talking about. But hang on here. This is a dip type of thing. And she always has us dipping those wheat thins in it. All right. But it has like chicken in it. It's like shredded chicken in it. And on top of it, it's got some of that sweet stuff, kind of like a Captain Rodney's, and some crumbled up Ritz crackers on top of that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Whew. Give me some. I want it right this minute. All right, over to the Junction phone line. Junction delis all across the state of Mississippi, fueled by Prince Oil Company. On line one of the Junction phone, none other than More Bully. What's up, More Bully?
Matt, what's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm a lot better than I was last week, man. I was down in the dumps all week.
What? Why?
It wasn't COVID, wasn't the flu. It was just nasty stuff.
Yeah, I've got it.
So
We've had it going
I
through
was out
too.
of work all week. Yeah.
Well, you know, the weaker of the species, they have to miss work more.
I know that. I understand. Hey, you know, I sent you that text today, and I realized after I sent it that was actually for Jake. That was somebody at Winslow, I think, was talking about it yesterday.
Okay. I wondered, I got the text, and I'm glad you called. I was going to ask you. All right. It's 2 other 5 and 7 teams accepted bowl bids, Rice and App State. And App State's getting to play in Birmingham. I'll be honest with you, for the driving distance, I was hoping State would play in Birmingham.
Yeah, me too. That'd be cool. And I wanted to go see my buddy at La Tech playing over in Shreveport, but anyway, my mom's having some health complications, so I can't make it over there. We're kind of up in the air on that. If you want to add that to your prayer list.
Will do.
Will do. Hey, and I'm surprised you didn't just come out of the box when you're talking about the grill to Beaver and tell him to throw some slabs of country pleasing on that thing.
Yeah, put some sausage on the grill.
It's hard to mess that up.
Well, it is, and you know I like it that way, especially with the flavors of sausage they have that has cheese in it. So 3 cheese, jalapeno and cheddar, jalapeno and pineapple, the cheddar and black pepper. Because then you just cook the whole thing. You don't even cut it, and you cook the whole thing on the grill, and you don't lose any of it. Like when I slice it up and fry it, sometimes I lose a little bit of that cheese because it fries out of there. You know.
Yep. But Beaver, you need to throw some burgers on there or something. It just takes practice. That's all there is to it. And it took me a long time to learn. but I'm in my prime now, Matt.
Yeah.
I had to bring y'all some food next time you're in Jackson.
Okay.
But if you ask Beaver, I don't really follow through with my promises.
Well, look, it's me too. Me too. Here's what we need to do, more bully. We need to just set a day. Okay, and let's all meet for lunch. Like me, you, Beaver, Brando, because he's offered to bring some. Let's just all do it all at once. Have a big get together. Why not?
As me and my wife say, twist my arm.
Yeah. Twist your arm. All right, we'll find a time and we'll do it.
Talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
See you
later.
In fact, Beaver, you don't have to comment or thumbs up or thumbs down. Just consider it. But I'll have to go ahead and throw it out there. I mean, it's more Bully himself who has a pool. Now, it might be too cold to swim this month, but we could go out there on the patio next to his pool, as much as he loves it. We can invite Brando over to More Bully's house. Real thing. Dog Tired in Florence texts the show. He says, oyster crackers are fantastic in chili. Amen. I will absolutely vouch for that. He said, but ranch-flavored chili crackers in chili is a no-go. Yeah, I wouldn't. No, that's not what they're for. The ranch flavor, like baked in that ranch stuff, oyster crackers are for just eating, like the pretzels at 10 South Restaurant in Vicksburg. Kroger Chris weighing in on the Country Pleasing text line says, the funny thing about cranberry sauce and it only being sold during Thanksgiving is it's in the same place all year long in the store. And then November 1st hits, everybody says, where's the cranberry sauce? Where's that cranberry sauce at? Can't find it. And Kroger Chris says, it's been sitting right there on that shelf on this aisle for 9 months, 10, 11. The same place. Let me ask me where it is. Oh, shoot. Beaver, it happened. We got one of those texts. Did you see it?
I saw it.
What do we do?
How dare you? How dare you breathe one word that is not sports related, Matt Wyatt? How dare you?
How dare me? I can't believe I've done this again. Beaver, do I deserve to be fired for this?
Yeah, we've had enough of this. I mean, nobody else eats food or drinks anything, so why should you talk about it? You worthless peon.
I mean, I tell you, I am. I'm a worthless peon. So much so, Beaver, that in a show where we've been on the air for 75 minutes, and at that time, okay, and now 80 minutes. We've been on the air for 80 minutes, and 72 of those 80 minutes have been about football and Lane Kiffin and Camario Taylor and Dan Mullen and the playoffs and Vandy and Notre Dame and all of that. 72 of the 80 minutes. But I am such an ignoramus peon, as you say, Beaver, that I have now generated a text from an unnamed texter who has never texted us before. Did you notice? Yeah. Never texted us before one time about Vandy or Ole Miss or Lane Kiffin or Dan Mullen or Camario Taylor. Not just today in the first 73 minutes while we talked about it. Never text us about it. But in 8 minutes, I am an ignoramus peon who brought up food and have been texted, and I quote, is this a food and drink radio station or a sports show? Just wondering.
And there's a key part in there, too, because he refers to the entire radio station. Is this a food and drink radio station? So I think the only logical conclusion we can come to is we need to shut this whole thing down.
I think we need to shut the station down.
105.9, it was a good run.
Yeah.
But we had the nerve to not talk 158,000% about sports So
well, I'll admit
we
my
gone.
I will admit my mistake, Beaver. I honestly thought that 73 out of 80 minutes of sports talk was enough. I really did think it was enough. Should it have been 74 of 80 minutes? Or 75, or should it have been the entire 80 minutes?
With texts like that, I always assume that you should be doing the entire 80 minutes.
I can't even bring up club crackers or cream cheese or Captain Rodney's.
No.
Well, Beav, what am I supposed to do? I had a texter that sent me a glorious picture of his grill covered in pork belly burnt ends with some smoked cream cheese in the middle. I can't even. Well, I guess I have to resign.
I mean, this is valuable time that you could be previewing the 68 Ventures Bowl between Louisiana and Delaware.
My man. Is that really a game, Beav? Is they really?
Sadly, yes. Yes, that is happening on the 17th.
Is this a food and drink radio station or a sports show? Just wondering. Oh, it's been a good run. Russ on YouTube agrees. He said it's been a good run. But, y'all, that's it. So we're out. I failed. I talked about food for about 5 minutes here, and that's too much. And so I'm resigning. I'm not sure what we'll do for the rest of this hour, but stick around. We'll find out. Goodbye.
This is Jake Mangum, former Mississippi State Bulldog. I know a thing or two about the value of a strong team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, Matt Wyatt here. Each week on the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast, we talk with the people who live it. Hunters, biologists, game wardens, local celebrities, and storytellers that know Mississippi better than anyone.
Those bass come up there and attack them. You know how mean bass can be there.
You're never going to believe this. Matt Wyatt just talked about your deer on the radio. I said, what did he say? He said, it was Photoshopped. And I said, what?
They don't know anything about hunting. They just have never had that right, that freedom.
Dude, that's us, man. That's what we do. So tune in, be inspired, and we'll see you outdoors.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille. It's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. The Junction Deli's, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now.
TheZone1059.com.
All right, back with you. I walked straight in there. I slapped my keys and badge down on the desk and said, I'm out. I did a bad thing. Talked about crackers and Captain Rodney's dip on a sports day. And they told me to pick those keys up, put that badge back on, march right back down here to the studio and get back on the air. And that's what I did. How dare you, sir? How dare you? We're just having fun. We're just having fun. Back over to the text line, the country pleasing text line. Joe Mailman said, July, I'm thinking 1 can of cranberry sauce plus 1 gallon vanilla Bluebell equals cranberry ice cream. Come on, man. Come on. Unnamed texter. So that's the Captain Rodney's cheese bake. Cheddar and sour cream cheeses, green onions, sour cream, crumbled Ritz, bacon on top, glazed with Captain Rodney's. It is delicious. Airborne Dog said this is for beef. Cream cheese. Put the smoker at 250. Score your cream cheese with a knife and put any rub you like all over it, he says. Not on it. All over it. Smoke it until it is splitting pretty good. Pull it and pour Captain Rodney's all over it. Once you got that down, he says he'll share with you the burnt ends and how to go about that. Airborne Dog is a man of the people. He's helping out the people. Unnamed texter says, in that texter's defense, Bo talks more about booze than sports. I didn't know that. JC texts and says, I like how listeners think they can dictate what Matt Wyatt talks about on, stay with me here, the Matt Wyatt Show. Well, yeah, I know, but really, I'm in all seriousness, JC, like I don't want it to be I come in and talk about what I want to talk about. I really much prefer the feedback and get into whatever you want to get into. You know, but sometimes it's food, and I will admit it, and it's fine with me. Now, More Bully says block that texture. No, I'm not doing that. He was pretty nice about it. He phrased it as a question. It's not like he put us down or anything. We were just having a good time at his expense. And we don't know who it is because it's unnamed, so it's all good. State Grad 98 said, it's crazy. That person complained about the few minutes you've talked about food today. Usually it's 75% food and random talk. I mean, that's the truth. Today is not the day to bring up, are you really? You're not talking sport? Today's not the day because we had a whole lot of it. Most days we don't. Hey, you just hang on to your hat, State Grad. You wait until I get over here to this story about what the University of Utah is doing with its athletics department. It came out today. You want to hear a sports conversation, you just hang on to your hat. That's coming. Right now, though, over to the phone line. The Junction phone line, Junction delis all across the state, fueled by Prince Oil Company. On line 1, we go all the way out to Flagstaff, Arizona for Sergeant Jason. B is Jason, not from Flagstaff, Jason in Flagstaff. What's up, Jason?
Nothing much. You hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
All right. Now, I meant to call yesterday before a squirrel chewed through your cable or whatever. I need to hear you say "who" again.
I'm embarrassed to do it, really, because I don't even know how. I was just reading what the guy put on the screen, and I think I said "who-ah."
You did, and yeah, that's wrong.
Okay, what is it?
All kinds of that's just all kinds of ate up. I'll do one for you, but
okay.
Notice women and children is kind of loud, and that goes for Blitz too.
Okay.
Don't wet yourself.
Oh, nice.
You don't really enunciate the
okay.
at the end. It just kind of trails off of that.
Okay.
And it comes from the acronym HUA, which stands for heard, understood, and acknowledged, which is important today, specifically, going back to the end of the last hour. We make privates, be specific that they hear details and context because that stuff matters. There's a whole lot of things in the Army that are idiot-proof, but a lot that are not. So, the people that, think we need to rewrite the whole manual every time an issue comes up.
Okay.
You just can't do anything with people like that. So.
Okay. All right. I am going to go back, listen to your version of it right there. It starts with an acronym.
Ask Airborne Dog how far off I am. I may have overemphasized a few things.
Okay.
but yeah, it's not who.
Okay.
You cannot say it how it's spelled, and I have no idea why it's spelled that way anyway.
What I did was more similar to what. Who is it that does the? I think it was Frank Caliendo when he would do the impression of the actor, not Robert De Niro, but the other one. You know who I'm talking about from The Godfather. What's his name? Anyway, he would do an impression of him, and he would go, "Hoo-ah!" Well, that's what I did. Yeah. That's what I did yesterday. And as soon as I did it, I knew I shouldn't have done that. So I apologize.
There's an old, and Bieber will know exactly what I'm talking about. There's an old Pauly Shore movie where he goes to the Army, and that goof goes to boot camp. And the whole boot camp scene, other than, him getting away with being a doofus the whole time, is pretty realistic. But yeah, anyway, the other thing y'all were talking about was Camario Taylor.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say about that is half of his runs the other day in the Egg Bowl were him trying to get away from the rush, trying to throw the ball, and he was still sacked 3 times.
Yeah.
It's not rocket surgery to figure out for him to run the ball. Let's do it more designed where he's going downhill instead of getting chased down from behind.
Yeah, look, I mean,
that's all I was talking about.
You're right.
Don't need to rewrite the whole playbook.
You're right, and it's a line of scrimmage thing. It's a line of scrimmage thing, just like on defense. If the quickest way for State to make a big jump as a football team, as a whole program, is to have another. You just had one overhaul this past year of defensive line, offensive line. It's to have another one. That's the quickest way to get better.
Yeah. All right, I'll get off here and listen. Y'all.
Right.
Oh, yeah. One more thing. What is it with the fly-by-night cracker people here? Y'all, am I the only one that keeps a stock of chicken and a biscuit in the cabinet somewhere?
I should have brought up chicken and a biscuit, Jason. I can't.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, man. That's another one. I go visit my mom in Wetumpka, Alabama, just about year round. I go to her house. She's got a box of those chicken and biscuit chicken Anna biscuit, whatever it is, in the blue box. I never buy them. She's always got them. I go to her house. I eat them up. I should have added that to the list. Yeah, that was Al Pacino I was talking about. That's what I did. I didn't do anything close to the real thing. Okay, this story, listen to this, y'all. Some of you numbers and money people that have good understandings of it, you will need to educate me. I could use the, because I don't know anything about it. I don't really understand exactly what this means. But everybody's having a big reaction to it here. The University of Utah is finalizing a landmark private equity partnership that would be the first of its kind in college athletics. According to Yahoo Sports, Utah, give me two, is set to enter an agreement with New York-based firm Otro Capital that'll help generate an estimated $500 million for its athletics department. I don't understand it. I know it's a lot of money, but I don't understand what it is and how it works. Utah received clearance from the NCAA to enter the partnership. It must abide by certain stipulations, though, to remain an NCAA member. For instance, University President Taylor Randall and Athletics Director Mark Harlan must retain majority decision-making control. Now, you want to think about something for a minute now. Somebody's giving you $500 million. Oh, but you have majority decision-making control. Yeah, sure you do. Okay, but I don't understand. Are they getting, what does a private equity partnership with an athletic department mean? Does that mean that New York-based firm Otro Capital gives Utah $500 million for its athletics department? If so, for what? What do they get in return? Like, where's their return on $500 million into an athletics department? Revenue sharing efforts with Utes athletes and effectively act as the school's athletics department. I don't understand this. Somebody help me. Help! I need help. Everybody's saying this is the final straw. The death knell of college athletics. And here I stand. I'm not even smart enough to understand and figure it out. Maybe you can help me. A little bit of time left. When we come back, I'm Matt. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Y'all like coffee?
I know you do.
Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Orgeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. We got that. What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea, grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roast it right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more.
You're going to hear about them all and get to talk about it with Matt Wyatt right here, right now on the Zone 105.9 and worldwide at the Zone1059.com.
Hot coffee. I made just the right amount of hot coffee today to last through the radio show. Hot coffee from High Point Roasters in New Albany, Mississippi. Go to highpointroasters.com. Order your coffee right there. Single origin from all over the world. Blends that they've developed over the years that are really, really, really the real deal. Flavored coffees and more. Whole bean, already ground, whatever you want. Big 1-pound bags of it are going to show up at your house. Smells so good. You open the mailbox, you're like, I know what that is. But they're big bags of coffee, so you're not going to run out as soon. Oh, boy. You know, you get that cough and a little bit of a sore throat like I have. That hot coffee, it's hard to beat. I don't know if it'll heal a sore throat, but it sure is just what the doctor ordered, in my humble opinion. Now, this is a good point. Unnamed texter earlier through the controversy on this show said you can't have sports without food. Goes hand in hand. Excellent point. Somebody said the new texter would have loved the Chris Brooks show. I did. I used to love it. Because, you know, you listen to sports, I turn it on and I get to hear Chris talking about ketchup and chicken. Stuff like that. The real JB, that's the real John Bond, texted the show and he says, well, I know it's not a sports station because y'all have not said one thing about Japan's women's badminton team. Very disappointing. You will only prove my point if y'all have no idea of what I speak. Now, he addressed it to Beaver, but I will step up here, John, and say, I don't know what you're talking about. Jake from Yazoo, Matt and Beaver, read about Utah Utes and a private equity firm putting $500 million for ownership of their athletics department. What do we come to? I need a Wyatt rant. Well, I'm happy to rant about it, Jake. I don't understand it, okay? I'm not a money person. I don't talk about it. I don't study it. I don't want to think about it. I hate even counting it. I hate spending it. I'm trying to grow up and get to a point where I'm not terrified of it, but my whole life I've been pretty much terrified. I'm terrified of two things: grizzly bears and maybe also polar bears, and money. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. And I don't know what this is. But I want to know because the reaction has been unanimously negative. But I don't understand how something in New York can own the Utah Athletics Department, and what for? What are you going to do? What are they going to do? What does it mean? I can't understand it. So I'm not to the point of knowing enough to be able to rant about it. But I will say, Jake, again, the reaction has been unanimously negative. On the heels of, I saw something this morning, right around breakfast, I get on X and I hit the little magnifying glass and I search the term college football sometimes, or it could be sometimes college basketball or college baseball, and then I'll just see what comes up. And this thing here from somebody that's called Clemson Superfan had a list, and it said bowl games, dying. Conference championships, dying. College football playoff, disaster. Transfer portal, disaster. NIL, out of control. Heisman Trophy, irrelevant. ESPN, making millions. Things are great. And I thought, that's the way. Yeah, y'all are starting to see it. You could see it coming a mile away from a long time ago, and not everybody could see it. But now y'all starting to see it. Restoration and Roofing of Mississippi, LLC, texted the show and said, for hard-hitting sports talk, that texter needs to tune in the day that Chris Brooks is in the studio. Well, but look, to be fair, he was in the studio recently on this show, and they did sports. Boomer Sooner texted the show, said, hey, Matt, it's okay to talk about food every once in a while. Maybe I'll talk about it more often. I know Beaver and I are both sick and tired of Lane Kiffin and the opt-out of bowl games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anything but that. Anything but that. Okay, what does that mean? Airborne Dog says, I read Sergeant Jason, and then he said Lima Charlie. Is that code? Are we talking code over here? Tell me what that means. Unnamed texter. Yeah, Al Pacino was the actor that Sin of a Woman and all that. Yeah, it's kind of like the Will Ferrell and Harry Carey thing. Like, I would never do an impression of Al Pacino, but I will do an impression of Frank Caliendo doing an impression of Al Pacino. Hey, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch that. I think that was the old SEC on CBS. Maybe my hand was trying to tell me something there. No, check this out. Today, December the 9th, born on this day, December the 9th, 1922, the late, great Red Fox. Yeah. From Sanford and Son. Now, I don't have it on the soundboard here, but if you want to laugh, go look up Red Fox playing Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son and all the many interactions that Fred had with Aunt Esther. She would call him a fish-eyed fool, and he was always making fun of her being ugly. It's great. So, born on this day in 1922, Red Fox. Let's see. Who else we got today? Oh, there was another one. Check this out. On this day in 1965, December the 9th, 1965, was the first time that a Charlie Brown Christmas aired on CBS. Remember it? The Charlie Brown Christmas special? Okay, and 30-second story. His Peanuts comic strip was hugely popular and the most syndicated in the country at that time in 1965. And they came to him and said, you got to write us a TV special for Christmas. He goes, I do. They go, yeah. He writes it in one night with 2 other guys. They go to the CBS team and show him what they've written. And before they animate it, they say, wait a minute. You got Bible stuff in here? Like Christian Bible stuff about that being the meaning of Christmas in this? And they're like, no. I don't know. This is a national TV show thing. This is 1965, but this is a national TV show thing. Not everybody is Christian and believes that. And Charles Schulz, the creator of the Peanuts comic strip, the writer of the special, drew everything himself, said, very matter-of-factly, the Christmas story from the New Testament is in the show, or you don't have a show. I'm not doing it. It's either in there or find some other show. And they went, oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can put it in there. And everybody at CBS, the night that it aired on December 9th, 1965, for the first time when it went on TV, was convinced that because of that and other reasons, that it was a waste of time, that it was going to be taking a great financial bath just to say that they did something with Peanuts. And by the next morning, literally, every morning radio show in the country, morning newscast, it was in newspapers, it was unbelievably popular, and everybody was talking about it. And by that night of December 10th, 1965, CBS had called him back and said, hey, we need 4 more. We want Thanksgiving, we want Valentine's, we want, And I will tell you, that's how the Lord works. That's how the Lord works. It's just one of the many, many reasons that I really admire the late, great Charles Schulz. Created that. Charlie Brown Christmas, this day, December 9th, 1965, aired for the first time. All right, that'll do it for today. Glad y'all were here. Kenny Don't Call Me Ken said this is a sports and leisure show. That's it. That's it. Sports and leisure. Turn that into a promo. Thank you, Kenny. All right, that'll wrap it up for today. Really enjoyed it. We'll reconvene and do it again tomorrow. For Beaver, and I'm Matt, all of us here on the show. In the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio, Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team. See you tomorrow. See ya.